I'll look on the bottom, I'll look on the top, like I look in things and everything. I'm very serious about my thrift shopping. I feel like I justify it a little bit. So I am donating like 6 bags of things. So it's okay that I got a couple of things at the thrift store. This one is interesting. And to be completely honest, my kids were kind of horrified by it. I'm always like, come look at all the stuff I got. They're like, oh, wow. Bear with me. So like I said, I like the weird things. And I saw this and I don't know what possessed me to buy it, but I was like really excited about it. It says that it was made in 1983. And I'm like, sold. Hello everyone. We are preparing for a really large snowstorm. So while I'm doing all the preparations and stuff for that, and now things have settled down, we're waiting for the storm to roll in. I wanted to show you my thrift haul. Sorry, I got interrupted. My camera's doing something weird, but anyway, I'm also, before I begin, I'm going to open up some curtains. We have them closed. We added curtains to various doors to kind of keep out drafts. It's supposed to be very cold, very windy before the snow and everything happens. So I closed up a lot of stuff. However, it is very dark in here. I don't even know if it really comes over very well on the camera, but it is very dark. So I'm gonna open up some windows. Hold on one second. Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay, anyway, so while we are waiting for the storm to roll in, I have a little bit of downtime. So I wanted to show you my thrift haul. I know I've mentioned it in a couple of different videos because I'm really excited about it. And not really that it's like the most incredible things, but I've gone a couple of times recently, not really looking for anything in particular. I am still decluttering quite a bit. I actually just decluttered a whole bunch of stuff. I think I have like 6 bags by my front door right now, currently waiting for us to load up and drop off at donation. I don't think I'm gonna get to that before the storm hits, but we just decluttered quite a bit. And I feel like I justify it a little bit. So I am donating like 6 bags of things. So it's okay that I got a couple of things at the thrift store. Anyway, I am kind of excited. I'm wanting to do a bunch of, my brain's always turning, and I'm always wanting to do different crafts and different things around the house. And so I think some of these are actually part of that. But anyway, let's get into it. I'll show you what I got. All right, so for starters, this was not from the thrift store. I think this is the only thing not from the thrift store. However, we have a couple of our soap dispensers. They're broke. And I got them years ago. I think I got them from like Dollar General, so they were super cheap. But they're about at the end of their life. Usually what I do if I can't find any good ones at like thrift stores, they're so expensive at places and I don't know why, but I generally will look at TJ Maxx, and a lot of times you can find a really nice one in a glass bottle, like with the soap in it. So that's usually what I do, and then I keep the bottle and I refill that and everything with, you know, whatever I find afterwards. However, I have been looking and looking and I cannot find the glass bottles anymore. So I don't know if they've like stopped having those particular brands, or I'm not sure, but I found a really nice plastic one that will do for right now. And I actually like the hand soap that was in it too, but it is this one. It says it's cashmere cotton and it's by Mia & Co. And it was $4.99. So can't beat that. I thought it was nice and pretty for my bathroom, I think is where it's gonna go. That's the one that's broken, but yeah, I usually am on the lookout for the glass ones. That's the one in our kitchen. It's a glass one and it's a really pretty color. I liked the soap that was in it and I just keep it and refill it. So I do that, but I haven't been able to find them. So this will do for now until I can find, you know, one of the glass ones, but I thought that was really pretty. So that is from TJ Maxx, and that is the only thing that is from TJ Maxx, or, you know, not a thrift store. So I have recently been doing painting, and I showed you guys this one that I did But I also did this one. And I don't know if you can tell, it's like a purpley color and kind of like terracotta up here. But anyway, so I wanted to frame these. Eventually, I would like to make a wall, like a collage wall of my stuff, the kids' stuff, just different things, weird things that I find. I have a knack for like weird stuff. And so you'll see some of that here today too. But I just like things that people make, personal things like that. I love that kind of stuff. And I'm usually one that will pick that kind of stuff up in the thrift stores. So because I've been doing that, I don't have any frames. And honestly, I feel like the frames have been slim pickings here recently in the thrift stores. So how much are these? These were $2.99. I think this says $1.99, but it's actually backwards. I don't love the color, but I bought paint to paint it. I don't know if I'm gonna end up painting this one, but I can if I want to. It was $1.99, I believe, is what the sticker shows. Yeah, $1.99 from Goodwill. So I got this for probably, like I said, to paint, and then I'll put one of my mushroom pictures in there. I also have a friend that she saw my pictures that I've been painting. I did also a duck too. So I've been doing it, you know, whatever I feel like at the time. It's just pretty random, but I've been showing friends and family, and I actually have someone that wants to display something that I make because she's kind of like me where she likes personalized items and stuff like that. So she has a whole wall that has a collage of items that have been made by different people. And so she wanted one of my paintings. So that's kind of exciting. But I'll have to be on the lookout for more frames because I have not been able to find very many. Here is another one that I don't love the crackle, but I liked the size of it. It was $2.99, can you see, at Goodwill. And it's gold and like crackly. But again, if I want to paint that like a gold, I usually will do like a gold, like an antique gold. So I have stuff for that if I'm wanting to change that. So I got those. Another find from Goodwill. And I do have the price on here. Okay, so bear with me. So like I said, I like the weird things. And I saw this and I don't know what possessed me to buy it, but I was like really excited about it. So it's a bird clock. And I have not looked too in depth in it. I do have a battery in it, so it does work. However, it does not do the bird sounds, and that's literally why I bought it. So I'm gonna try to like investigate a little further and see if maybe I can fix that, if it's something that I'm missing. But I found this. We looked them up on Amazon, and I think it was like $40 or $30 or something like that on Amazon for these. And I got it for $1.99. Can you see? $1.99 at Goodwill. And I was so excited. I don't know why, but I'm like, that would be cute if it, you know, did the bird chimes. I still have to clean it up. I actually might sand the, oh, that's not real wood. So I might paint this. But anyway, I might fix it up. I thought it'd be cute. I'm hoping that it does the bird signs, but this would be good on a collage wall too. So I got that and I was pretty pumped. If you have one of these and you know like how to fix it for the bird sounds, because it is separate in the back. So I don't know, I might just have to maybe YouTube it. I don't know. If you know, let me know down below because I am curious, and that was what I was most excited about. But you know, it's a cute clock too. So this leads me to my next thing, which I have to say, oh, hold on first. I got another frame. I think this one was for the duck actually. So I have two for the mushrooms. One of these were for the duck because the duck was in a little bit, I didn't like the frame that it's currently in. It's a little too big. So I'm gonna swap it, I think, for this. I might do some fabric in the back to, I don't know, it looks really nice when you have a picture with fabric in the back. So if I have some, I don't know if you can hear my boys, they're playing a game, but If I have some, I'll put fabric in the back. But anyway, it was $1.99 at Goodwill for this frame. It's a little larger, but the duck picture is a little larger too. So anyway, that was that. Okay, but this one is interesting. And to be completely honest, my kids were kind of horrified by it. It is not the weirdest thing that I have brought home, but I tend to see these pieces and I see the beauty in them and I'm like, oh my gosh, I love that. So this piece, I want to put on my collage wall. I do want to alter it slightly, not very much, but I think I want to alter the colors a little bit. It's just weird and I love that it's weird, it's original, and I don't know, something about it excited me, and so I got it. And it also is a personal piece. Someone made this. So I was really excited because it's like carved into the back and everything. This was $2.99 at Goodwill. And someone made it. It is ceramic. I don't know if you can hear. This is not wood, this is ceramic, the whole thing is, and it was painted. The only thing I think I want to adjust are like the colors of the hat and maybe like the bow and outfit. I'm not positive. I feel like I want to mute that just slightly. I love her face, her skin tone, I love everything about that. I think I just want to tone these down a little bit. But I don't know, I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would really like this on a collage wall. I feel like it's kind of cool. And so it says on the back, like it's carved in, it says the name, who it's to. So it's to Eddie, love always, Donita. It has her last name and it says that it was made in 1983. And I'm like, sold. Love it. I probably would have even paid more. But $2.99, that's awesome. So my kids are slightly horrified, but I think it's so cool. So anyway, that's one that I was pretty pumped about. I'm gonna resize it and put it in a different frame. But this is another one that I feel like is only appropriate because we live where we live. And so that was, every time I see anything that involves golf, I immediately want it. There was these really weird, like plaques like a year ago at a thrift store, and I really wanted them. They were there for, like, I had went there a couple of times, and they were there each of the times, and I'm like, man, Kyle, it just shows we need them, but he wouldn't let me buy them. We didn't end up getting them, and I still think about them, and I don't know what my deal is. I don't play golf. My husband, he always has, but I don't. And we live on a golf course, so anytime I see anything golf related, I feel like, oh, we have to have that because, you know, we live on a golf course. So I saw this and I thought it was kind of cute. It's by Norman Rockwell, and it's these kids with just these little, look at their faces. Look at this guy. But he missed, and I don't know, I thought it was really cute. So I want to kind of slim it down. It's a little too big, like too much white, and I want to have a little bit better of a frame. And then I'm thinking I'll put that on my wall too with everything, if it goes there. I actually have another place too, if it doesn't, I can put it, but I saw that and I'm like, that's kind of fun, and it's appropriate for our house. I just thought it was cute because it's, you know, a little group of boys, and I have a group of boys. So anyway, I don't know, spoke to my heart. My husband actually liked it too, so we got that. I plan on you know, adding that to my collection of interesting things. Another thing that I got is, oh yeah, I was looking at this price. Thought it said Hobby Lobby. So it's just a puzzle, but I love puzzles, and I love like the vintage looking ones. This one is called Back to the Past, and it was $1.99 at Goodwill. So I just thought it was kind of cute, and it's really appropriate now that we're about to be snowed in and maybe have no power. So this will be good if that's the case. If not, I plan on having a couple of relaxing days over this weekend, and I love doing puzzles. So, and my kids do too. It's something that you can just put out on the coffee table and come back to it, and you know, whoever's sitting there can do it if they want or not. But so I got that, and that's always, I don't ever look at puzzles anywhere other than thrift stores because they're such a great price. I did notice that Goodwill is raising their prices on those too, which I thought was stupid. I don't agree with them getting all the stuff for free and then selling it and then also raising their prices. I mean, the stuff there is pretty crazy sometimes. But I will look at the ones that are a decent price. As long as it's under $2, I usually will look at it. And I find one that, I like the vintagey looking ones. So I thought that one was cute. Let's see, what else did I get? I am a sucker for a good tin. And I've really been looking for like cookie tins lately. That's something I want to start adding to my pantry, like tins of various kinds. I want like cute but like larger ones that we can put snacks and stuff in. So I've been on the lookout for that. I have recently found ones for like coffee and espresso and sugar and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to like slowly move my stuff over kind of as I find stuff. One of the things that I found and I thought it was really pretty was this tea tin. And so I don't know, I loved the colors. I thought it was so beautiful, and it says tea on it. So I'm gonna put, you know, our little bags of tea in there. So I thought that was cute, and it was a good size too. This is about the size of the tin, or it's not really a tin, but the container I have now. So I know that this will work out well in that area that I store my tea in. So I have that. I saw this, and my daughter actually started taking the sticker off because she was going to use it. I thought it was so beautiful. I noticed now it has a little chip, but for 79 cents, I don't know why I collect these. I have a lot of mugs. I have a lot of mugs. But this one is so beautiful. So beautiful. So I got that, and it was only 79 cents. Like I said, the day that I got it, my daughter, she loves using mugs. I mean, we'll use them for soup instead of bowls. Coffee, of course, and it's hot cocoa season, so this will go over really well. I have a whole area like where my coffee bar is, where they just kind of hang on hooks, so I'm going to add that to the collection. But I put it aside. I'm like, no, don't take the sticker off, leave it on, because I wanted to show you guys. So anyway, that is that. 79 cents. I feel like you can't beat that for a really beautiful mug that was probably a lot more than that. The last thing that I got, it took a little bit of convincing, and I feel like it was odd that I found it. So we were at an event for my two teenagers. They were doing a teen night. They do a teen night for their homeschool group once a month. And while we were waiting for them to finish up, we ended up going into Goodwill, and which is where I found a couple of these items. But I ended up coming across this plate. And I don't know why, but I thought it was kind of cute. And I'm like, you know, it has like the checkers. Do they have? Oh no, it's just like polka dot checkers. The radishes, but other little vegetables. And it was $1.99. And I'm like, you know, that's kind of cute. It's just one plate, so it's not like, you know, it's going to take up much room. I could serve stuff on it. You know, it's cute. So I bought it. And didn't think much of it. Every time I get home from going thrifting, I always sit my teens. Well, it is now that I sit them down, but I'm always like, come look at all the stuff I got. And then I show them all the stuff, and they're like, oh, wow. So anyway, I found this that night. And then the next day, we ended up going grocery shopping in another town. And we went and before grocery shopping, we went to a couple of thrift stores that were right there in that town, and just to kind of look around, and I don't think I found anything else. However, as we're looking around, I am looking, and I always look like on the bottom shelves. Like I look everywhere because for one, I feel like people are like, oh, if it's a really good item and maybe they need to come back for it or something, that they like put it on the bottom shelf. And so I look there. I'll look on the bottom, I'll look on the top, like I look in things and everything. I'm very serious about my thrift shopping. So anyway, I was looking on the bottom shelf and something caught my eye. And now I feel like, and at first I'm like, oh, do I buy that? Because I had literally just said that I needed to declutter this cabinet. And let me show you what I found. So I looked down and I found more. This one had the beans, and it had the checkers, and it had the other vegetables. And then there was this one. And again, it had the corn. That's not chipped, it's just the paint's coming off, I guess. But it had, you know, the checkers and the other vegetables. And then the carrot, and then there's just all of them. I found I think there's 12, 10, something like that. I'll have to count. My husband counted. But I'm seeing all these, and they're, you know, $1.99, which I personally think is too much at Goodwill for each one of these. Like, that's ridiculous. But what a coincidence that I go the night before in a town that is an hour away, and I find one of these. And then I go the very next morning to a town an hour away in the other direction, and I find like 10 or 11 more, the entire set. It was so surprising. And so I'm like, well, I don't know, but my husband was like, this is a sign, you have to get them. My other plates, and I know I just talked about decluttering them, the other plates that I have, I got from my husband. They're from Dollar Tree. Before Dollar Tree was $1.25 or whatever it is now. I think it's even more, isn't it? But it was $1. And my whole set is just the white, like squarish ones. I'll have to show you, but I got those over 10 years ago, and I still use them. And they're from Dollar Tree. I have the bowls, the plates, and I believe the saucers. And then as time was going by, like, you know, the saucers would break or chip, the bowls, you know, stuff like that would happen. And I wasn't able to find them, so I'd end up getting rid of them here and there. I still have majority of the plates. However, I've noticed they've actually started bringing back the same exact set. So I have some of the saucers again and all that kind of stuff. And that's what we primarily use for stuff. We have a set of plastic plates that like my younger boys often use or will use for like lunch. But then we have our Dollar Tree plates that we've had for at least 10 years. We have those, and then we have wooden ones. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's time to let go of the Dollar Tree plates and replace them with these, which they're so cute. I feel like they're different. And they're kind of, you know, country-y, but I don't know. I thought they were just so cute. And it totally, I mean, not necessarily off topic, but one thing that my mother-in-law did when my husband was growing up is they had these cups. She has all these, you know, different cabinets and stuff filled with glass and all this kind of stuff. But she has a set of cups that have different birds on them. And when I first met my husband, I remember him telling me vaguely about, you know, the set and how, you know, every Sunday after church, they would have breakfast and he would pick out what bird cup he wanted to drink out of. And I don't know why, but that's always stuck with me. And so I've always been on the hunt for something similar for my kids to have. And not saying that this is it, but that is the vibes it gave me. I was just like, you know what if Theo, Theo loves corn. So maybe one night he wants to eat on the corn plate. And then Jackson, if he wants to eat on the carrots, we can all have our own vegetable plate. But anyway, and then at that point where it's like I'm finding the whole set, and I was like, well, I could get enough to feed our family. And then he's like, well, what if your mom comes over or what if we have guests and we have people eating for dinner, then, and you don't want to leave some behind. So we got the whole set. I don't know. I thought it was funny, but I'm excited about it. Anyway, that is all of the stuff I found. I feel like there's something else, so if I end up coming across it, I'll show you, but I'm pretty excited, and I was really excited to show you guys.